You had 7 days of practice. What's the offense shape as you see it?
Right now, we're healthy. That's the biggest thing. Last year, this time, we'd already lost 3 or 4 guys, and that's a big strength just to have the depth. At the pace that we go, we need bodies. We're still getting some guys back. Tyler Rosemond's got to get his cast off, but he's with us today running through some drills, so that's a huge positive. It's also nice to have as many guys back. I think out of our top 22, I believe 18 or 19 of them played last year on Friday night, so we've got a ton of experience. It's kind of a weird feeling. They know what to do, and so it's really harping on details, the little things where your hands go, your feet go, and understanding better routes lead to better catches and better yards after the catch.
Always nice to have a returning quarterback, and Larry did a great job last year. So,
yeah, it's my first time in I think 7 years, 8 years of calling plays. I've had a guy back, and so it's nice. We're thinking the same. We've also got Drew as our backup quarterback who's been in the system, and so those guys, I can usually just say their name and they know what I'm talking about, either a blitz or a backside route or something along those lines. They're both real comfortable with the offense, understanding where to go with the ball. We've got a lot of offense on. We're putting a lot on those two guys to understand the different things they can do to take advantage of what the defense is giving us.
You talked about the injury situation last year that just a bit, even I guess in summertime, by the time two-a-days you already knew a couple of linemen weren't going to be playing all year long. All those guys back, and I really think, plus the guys that had to step up, offensive line should be a real strength of this team.
I would say going in, it's a strength. I mean, obviously, it'd be crazy to add up the games experience they have up front between the 6 guys that we've had that have played. It's probably 85, 90 games, if not more, between them. So that's a huge plus. It's comforting to me to know that they can handle those things. But we still got a ways to go even with those guys. We got some pass pro we got to work on and handling blitzes, and we're adding a couple of wrinkles for them because they do know things. And then at the same time, the running backs got to get comfortable with what they're doing and understand how to cut off those guys. So it's all a work in progress. If we just keep improving each day, it ought to be pretty exciting where it ends up.
You always find guys that can catch the ball. These guys have been doing that since, 7th or 8th grade. And who are some of the guys that you're going to have step up this year?
Dylan Carpenter jumps off the page first. He's one of our main returning guys from last year. Him and C.J. Stevens both had over 20 catches, found the end zone. Those are two that we look to kind of come back and raise their games, kind of tradition to have seniors kind of end up being the big guy after being around. But there's also some other bodies. Jalen Dugan looking to get more reps. Kane Cody. Parker Aguilar slid from quarterback to slot. It's been a huge positive these first week and a half. We got to move in Christian Jackson, and Tanner Ramirez catches everything. So the challenge for me, I mean, we got Bubba Hall. Every day it's almost a challenge just to get everybody a touch because there's not a downside anywhere we go.
Yeah, all that depth on the line, receivers, that's only good stuff to keep those guys shuttling in and out.
Yeah, when we're talking about issues. We're looking at who's our 3rd or 4th guard to go in, or who's our 5th receiver if these two are tired from this. And so it's really, like I talked about, getting back to techniques in detail and being experts in our craft. You hear that phrase out here some, and carrying that over into game nights.
Now, of course, Willie Ivory comes along, once in a lifetime probably. You depend on kind of, I guess, a committee approach or somebody to step up to fill those big shoes.
Yeah, we've got some guys. We've moved Zach Spigner over at running back to step in and help some there. We got Jalen Hawkins, who's growing up, played last year mainly defensively as a freshman. He's got some ability. And then there's Tyler Rosemond came up and played some last year behind Willie. So there's a host of them. There's even some other guys, Scott Galarza, Luis Colorado, and Jesse Ortiz. We've got a lot of guys that can carry it. Behind that O-line, I think they all can be successful. And it really be, for me, just exciting to see who has the big night each Friday night.
You're looking forward to a scrimmage where you actually see these guys working against the defense?
Yeah, it's great to go against something you don't know and see how they handle it and how they react. And really there you get a chance to see who's just going to make a play. Whether it's a good call or a bad call, you just see who's going to go up and say the ball's mine and make the catch or run somebody over even though we don't have them on blocked.